morning. Happy Monday. Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Today is November 11th, and so I just wanted to come and wish you guys a good week and let you guys know that it is 11/11, which is a cosmic portal that's supposedly supposed to be open today because it's November 11th. It happens each year on November 11th, so it's supposed to be like a portal for manifestation, especially for your spiritual growth and actually personal growth and spiritual enlightenment and abundance as well. So every year, a lot of people kind of manifest on this day because it's supposed to be really potent and for your personal growth as well as your spiritual growth and abundance as well, if that's what you want to manifest. But it's supposed to be a portal for you to be able to manifest. It'll be easier for you to manifest on this day. So, a lot of astrologists actually go by, certain dates, and so I'm trying to learn more about astrology, because I noticed on certain days a lot of things do happen, and so I'm trying to learn more about astrology. A lot of scientists, they don't really go by astrology because I think they need more evidence, to go by. Because I guess like in astrology, they say like, the way that the planets are aligned with the stars could also have an effect on your personal life and what happens in your personal life. And so a lot of astrologists, they study the planets and the stars, and they have their own beliefs on how certain positions of the planets and the stars could affect your personal life, right? And so, a lot of scientists, from what I read, they need more evidence as far as that being true, so they really don't follow that. But to the individuals that do study astrologists, today is like a big day as far as manifestation. I thought it was because I'm kind of fresh to it, and so I'm trying to learn more about it. But like, I literally thought it was like the Lionsgate portal today, but after doing my research, that is on August 8th. The Lionsgate portal is August 8th, and I thought it was today. But that's on August 8th, so today is a great manifestation portal because of the fact that the number 1 is considered as the number of creation, of the beginning of creation. And so in numerology, the number 11 is supposed to be more potent, and so the number 11 is the 11th of the month, the 11th month and the 11th day of the year is supposed to be the most potent day to be able to manifest through because of the cosmic portal that's open on that day. And so today would be considered, one of those days to be able to manifest through. And so the 11th, so since 1 would be considered the number for new beginnings and creation, 11 would be more potent because I guess it would represent, as a master number. So instead of it being just a single number, 11 would be considered a master number because there's 2 ones, right? And so on that day, it's considered to be more potent for you to be able to manifest, especially with your personal growth as well, and spiritual enlightenment, as well as abundance, if that's what you want to manifest. And so today would be one of those days. So I just got it mixed up. I literally thought it was a Lionsgate portal, but it's not. So, but apparently they were saying, when I was researching it, they were saying that this year, on this day, they're saying how this year, this is the time where Venus is lining up, oh yeah, so this is the day that Venus will align up with Capricorn. And so they're saying today, since Venus is aligning itself with Capricorn, that it would be a good day to try to manifest relationships or love, because the planet Venus represents love, and so this year, I guess, they're saying it would be a good day to manifest for love and relationships, or growth in your relationships, or taking your relationships to a certain level, a different level, so I guess this year it'll be great to try to manifest your personal growth, with any type of relationship. It doesn't have to be love, but it'll be a good time to do that today. So since Venus is aligning with Capricorn, apparently, so that's what's going on this year with the 1111 portal. So that's what I've learned so far. I'm gonna actually research more about astrology, because you guys remember my story back like in 2020 when I hit the highway and the astrologist was telling me all these things that were to come, it just made me more curious, I guess, with astrology, and the planets and the stars and all that stuff. So now I kind of want to learn more about that, because I don't really know too much about astrology, but I know what the astrologist told me then that night, and a lot of the things that they mentioned to me that night, kind of is either occurring now or I've seen it already happen, so I don't know. I've always been curious about the planets and the stars and stuff like that, so I just kind of want to study more regarding astrology, and I've actually noticed, especially through Mercury retrograde, I did notice a lot of things. I always notice certain things happening around the time of Mercury retrograde, which is coming up, which is I think it's November 25th through December 15th would be Mercury retrograde. And Mercury retrograde is pretty much when the planet Mercury starts going backwards in the sky for a time. And usually when that happens, to people that actually study astrology and stuff, they say that's the time where you'll experience more delays, or things will start coming back up from the past, or past relationship issues from the past will start popping up, or people from the past, or people from the past will probably call you out the blue or pop up randomly, even if you're not thinking about it, because they say when Mercury goes backwards in the sky around that time, it's a lot of people start having nostalgic memories from the past, or they start reflecting on their past relationships and stuff like that. So around that time, you'll start noticing a lot of people from your past start reaching out to you out of the blue, or you'll see them randomly somewhere, or you start experiencing delays in certain things, or things will seem more stagnant around that time. And I've noticed over the years of me listening and learning from other people that were actually more educated with the astrology, they'll say certain things oh, Mercury retrograde is here, so you might start noticing more people from the past trying to come back, or certain things like that, or delays and stuff. And I would actually notice that, like, literally. It's not by what they said, but it was what was going on in my life around that time. And either I would get phone calls from people from the past or emails, or I experienced a lot of delays or stagnation around that time. And this is like me observing it like over I think a couple of years. So I started learning about it, or hearing about it pretty much on, I believe, like back in 2021. So I started paying attention when they would say, oh, it's Mercury retrograde. I did start noticing things like people would start calling me from the past, or I have a lot of stagnation, or a lot of things wouldn't work or stop working. It's just like a lot of delays, right? And it was always around that time, you know. And so like over the years, I kind of paid attention to it. And I think Mercury retrograde is I think that happens like 3 times a year, they say. But I've noticed, like, from my own experience, how I do experience delays, or people from the past coming back, or past issues starts to arise. You know, I've noticed that over the years. So by me noticing certain things that would occur around those times, it kind of made me want to study it more, you know, kind of like have a little experiment or experiment with it, you know, kind of keep an eye on the planets and the stars and my life as well, to see how it is affecting my life, you know. So I just think it's really cool. So I don't know too much about it, but I want to start learning more about it, you know, because, you know, over the years, from me observing certain things that would occur in my life, my own personal life, especially with Mercury retrograde, it just made me more curious. And why not learn? You know, I think it'll be good to learn more about it. But I literally thought today was the Lionsgate portal, but that's already passed, you know. So I think that's when the Lionsgate portal is, I think it's August 8th. I think it occurs before August 8th, but August 8th, which is the 88th, you know, August 8th would be like the most potent day to manifest on the Lionsgate portal, you know. So August 8th is the actual day, the most potent day to manifest through, as far as when it comes down to the Lionsgate portal. And I think that's when the sun aligns up with Leo. And so that day is a great manifestation day as well, that a lot of astrologists go by too. I like the Lionsgate portal because it just reminds me. So like my son, one of my twins, when he was like 5, I believe, he would run around the house and growl a lot, right? Like a lion, because he was obsessed with Puss in Boots. So he'll run around the house with, like, I think he had the hat for Puss in Boots. We got him a belt, and he had the knife, the little plastic knife, and his little cowboy boots. So he would always have his belt on, and he'd run around the house growling like a freaking lion all the time, you know. So he loved cats and stuff of all types. And so I believe I mentioned this story on here a while ago, but so one day I came home from the store and the twins were in the living room playing, watching TV and stuff, right? And I was putting the groceries up in the kitchen, and I remember I had the freezer open and I was putting the food in the freezer, right? And then all of a sudden, like, I could feel like something right here on my ear, right? Like I could feel like this presence, it seemed like. And like all of a sudden I hear this loud growl. So something growled in my ears. It was super loud, right? It sounded almost like a lion. That's how loud it was. And so I'm putting the food up in the freezer. I have the freezer door open, you know. and I hear this growl, right? And I'm like, oh my God, it freaked me out. So I jumped up in the air and I was like, what the heck? And so like, I'm looking around the fridge because I'm thinking it's my son, because he would do that. He'd run around the house and growl. And so I was like looking for him. And I turn around and I look, and they're still in the living room playing. And I was like, what the heck was that? And so it freaked me out. So I jumped up and I started running, and I ran into my mom's room. And I was telling her, I was like, did you guys hear that? Like something just growled at me in my ear, and it was so loud. Did you guys hear that? Because it was so loud, right? And I think she was in the room, my little sister. And they're like, no. They're looking at me all weird. And they're like, we did. I think I did hear something. And I was just freaked out. I was trying to tell them that something growled at me, right? And they're just looking at me weird, like, we think we heard something, you know? And so I went back in the living room. The kids were still playing in the living room. So it wasn't my son. So, but he would growl a lot, like he was a freaking lion all the time, because he's like obsessed with cats. And you guys already know I have a connection with cats anyway. And so I would dream like I would have certain dreams and regarding lions and stuff like that. So I remember, like, the reason why I liked the Lionsgate portal is because I believe when I was staying at my grandpa's house, I had this dream where me and the kids, we were just walking through the house, and then like all of a sudden, like, I remember we were on the top of my grandparents' stairs, and my grandparents had this long staircase, right, that led up to the top story of the house. And there's like a living room and stuff up there. And so in my dream, you know, I only had the twins at the time at my grandparents' house, so I dreamt that me and the twins were walking on by the living room upstairs by my room, and we got to the top of the stairs, and we were about to go down the stairs, but we're on top of the stairs looking down. And then like all of a sudden I see this, so like I see this woman, she starts walking up the stairs, and she looks so beautiful. Like, she had this long dress on. She just looked really magical, like a fairy almost. Like, that's the best way I can explain how she looked, because she just looked really magical, and her dress is like flowing really slowly as she's walking up the stairs. So she could either look like an angel or a fairy. That's what I got from her energy, her essence. And so as she's walking up the stairs really slow, there's this lion next to her, like a huge lion, and the lion's walking with her up the stairs towards me and the kids. And me and the kids are just watching this go down in my dream. And so she kept walking up the stairs slowly, up my grandparents' stairs. And then she got up to me and the twins, and then she started asking the twins what their 3 wishes that they wanted. And the twins were telling them their wishes, and then she asked my son his wish. He told her his wishes. And then when she's about to ask me what my 3 wishes were, that's when, I don't know who this person was, but this person like started running towards me, but she was so upset, and she was like angry, like she wanted to fight me as soon as I was about to tell the fairy my 3 wishes. Like, so I'm telling the fairy like my 3 wishes, and I'm about to tell her my 3 wishes, and then all of a sudden this woman runs up the stairs, but she's super angry, and she's looking like she wants to fight me, right? And so she comes screaming, run up the stairs, or I don't even know if she came up the stairs, but she was coming towards me to the right side of me, or the left side of me, and she was about to charge at me, because she's yelling like that, like she's so angry. And it was weird because it didn't match the dream, because the dream was super calm, we're all happy, and you know, there's a fairy and all this stuff, right? And like all of a sudden, like someone just comes and starts screaming and like trying to attack me pretty much, and stop me before I was able to tell the fairy my 3 wishes. But as soon as she's about to attack me, she got taken away. Somebody took her away. And so So she wasn't able to stop my 3 wishes. So I still was able to tell the fairy my 3 wishes. But that was like a magical dream. And I remember I had that dream when I was staying with my grandpa back in 2020. And so I don't know what it is about lions and cats, but I always have occurrences, or I have a lot of stories regarding cats, you know. And so that's one reason why I love the Lionsgate portal, because I just love cats, to be honest. And that dream was really magical. So I love cats regardless of what type of cat it is, you know. Majority of them, actually. Not. Yeah. I like cats, especially lions. So that's why I have that lion on my intro, because that's what it sounded like whenever it growled in my ear. I was like, what the heck? You know, but I love lions. And it just reminds me of the goddess Bastet. So the goddess Bastet was a goddess in ancient Egypt that Ra would call upon, you know, to cause, like, he would call upon her. Like, she was like a cat, so she had a face of a cat, you know. She may have had like a human body, but a face of a cat, right? And so in ancient Egypt, you know, and so she was like the lioness goddess, pretty much, that Ra would call upon, you know, if he needed her to cause transformation on Earth, you know, if it was needed. So he'd call upon the goddess Bastet to cause transformation on Earth if it was needed, right? Majority of the time, I don't know if it's positive or negative, but I'm sure it should have been positive, you know. But he would call upon her to, like, fight. So she's a lioness warrior, you know. So she'll fight for him, you know. He'll use her to be able to fight battles on Earth, you know, if it was needed, to cause transformation if it was needed, right? So I always have, like, encounters with cats, a lot of strange encounters with cats. And so, and on top of that, I be dreaming about lions and stuff. So I love the goddess Bastet because of that, you know, because she's a lioness warrior for Ra, which is the sun god, but, you know, it's just the energy of God, pretty much. But anyway, but that's why I like the Lionsgate portal. I think that's one of my favorite ones, because of the lions, you know. And it's in August, of course. But anyway, so I'm actually going to study more about astrology so I can learn more about it, because I think it's interesting. And I just kind of wanted to come and wish you guys a good week, you know, and give you guys a little update on a little bit about astrology. And how today is a good day for manifestation, especially for your spiritual growth. So apparently it's supposed to, like, be a good day to connect more with your divine essence, so your divine self, and, you know, the true essence of yourself, right? And supposed to promote spiritual growth, as well as any type of manifestation of abundance too. So it's just a good portal. I think I started feeling the energy yesterday, because yesterday I was laying down, I was like, oh my God, I feel so great right now. Like, I just felt like this calm breeze and this feeling, like, all day in my room. And I was just like, I don't want to move out the bed right now, because it just felt so great. And I have not felt that feeling in so long. And I just felt, I don't know, it just felt really good. And I was even telling my sister last night, I was like, it just feels so good today. I don't know why I feel so good. So I was just laying in my bed, like, just chilling. Like, it just felt so peaceful. And maybe I was just feeling the effects, you know, of the 11/11 portal prior to it coming today, you know. But I don't know, but it felt good. So I just been feeling like this really good energy. But it's supposed to be for a promotion of your spiritual growth. So maybe that's what I was feeling yesterday. I don't know. And today. I think it just started yesterday, but who knows. But I'm gonna do more research and stuff. But from my experience, I've noticed a lot with Mercury retrograde, and that's coming up. So that's, I think it says this November 25th through December 15th. So that's coming up. So I'm just keep an eye on that, you know. Might have a lot of stuff in the past try to come back up, or people, you know. So I'm just kind of like experimenting with it, with my own life, you know, to see what happens. So that's my next goal, is Mercury retrograde. You know, I think Mercury goes into Sagittarius this year, so for Mercury retrograde. So we'll see, you know. So whoever believes in astrology or who doesn't, you know, just keep a lookout for people trying to come back from the past, possibly around that time. It's coming up, so that, or delays, or anything that would cause stagnation. So I'm keeping an eye on that, you know. You know, because a lot of people are going to start reminiscing about the past, probably. And this happens every year, and I've noticed it, so I'm kind of keeping my eye on that. But anyway, I don't want to talk you guys' heads off today. So hopefully you guys have a great week. And I'll probably be back on later to talk more. So yeah, hope you guys have a great Monday. I love you. Bye.